Yo, let me know if you guys can hear me and see me. That would be greatly appreciated. I can hear me and see me. Oh my god. Ooh. Very nice. Yes, no problems. Hello, sir. What's up, everybody? What's up, Danny? Hello and good morning to you, Queen Bee. All right. First order of business. Let me know if you have the same issue. If you have kids in preschool, you get sick every 12 minutes because they're just festering pools of bacteria. Because I was sick, 2 weeks ago? And then I got better. And now I'm sick again. This little, creature just keeps bringing in diseases into my house. Higher time frame EMA, smaller time frame SMA. Somebody just asked which moving average is better. I don't do order flow trading. I mean, I used to when I was trading crypto, because there was this website where you could see the amount of orders coming in and the order books of specific exchanges and see how many orders of that asset were pending and at what price. And you could get these sound notifications of they were sonar submarine blurps. And so when things started bearish candle, bearish, it was and it was your heat meter for it. And so I'd get in a short and then wait for it to slow down in the beeping, and then I just get out. But the spreads are freaking ridiculous when you're doing that with a ECN broker. I always get that confused. ECN or ENC, whatever, that shit. All right, let's draw up our range before we forget, and then we'll explain what we're doing to the people that are new here. For those of you that come here every week, welcome back. I'm glad you are staying consistent. So we have our overnight range, basically when New York session closed yesterday. This is German 40 on the 5-minute time frame. And we measure our box, or we place our box from the lowest low to the highest high of the overnight session, which is still in effect for another 11 minutes. Daylight savings time may have changed it depending on where you live, because some places change their time differently. So I'm going to draw this till 9 a.m. And if it changes, it changes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We place a long position here, and we place a short position here. If it breaks out at the bottom of the range, we take a short. If it breaks out at the top of the range, we go long. The stop loss is completely dependent on you. I've been testing 50% of the range, so I eyeball half of it. But I've also been playing with 80% of the range and also 100% of the range. So it's a big range. We got from 24 265 to 24 154. It's a 100-point range. So that's ridiculous. I think today would be a nice 50%. Let me draw a GAN box on here just so I can know exactly what 50% is. My GAN box tool settings basically just draw a 0.5 line and color me red. These are my settings. It's very simple. I don't use the GAN box like normal people. So, do 50 there, 50 there. That's at 209. And we go for a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. Which is, so our stop loss is 50 and our take profits like 85 points. So quite a big move, but nothing absurd. I don't like when the overnight range is that big. All right. I'll get to your questions in a second if you're asking questions. I haven't looked at chat. My brain is not functioning properly. I woke up early this morning, started doing stuff, walked my dog. And I was like, I asked my wife, I was like, can you take the kid to school? Cause like, I'm dying. And I went back to sleep. I don't know if you can still see this like sleep line right here. Yeah. I was out. So I just woke up again. All right. I'm going to get on my other computer. Open up Trade Locker. Oh, fuck you. Actually, I'll do it on this one because the other one's logged out. All right. Trade Locker. Do the same thing. Basically, right here. Where's my position size tool? Order panel. Okay. Order panel. And now what we're gonna do. Trade Locker is super easy for entering trades. You just go right there where the top is. Click plus, pending, stop loss at, I'll just put it at 200. And take profit. What was it at? 350. 350. Yeah. Ooh, actually, I prefer 341 because you see that? Maybe a little tick above. And then you switch it to a buy if it's not already. Let's increase the lots. So we make what? 60 bucks sounds good. 75. Let's shoot for 100. 100 bucks. It's 1 to 1. That doesn't sound right. 265. Fuck it, let's do 1 to 1. I'm going to think about that for a second. Higher time frame. That looks good. I don't like the buy side trade, just FYI. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. And if it keeps moving, then I'll move. Like if it breaks out, I'll immediately put stop to break even. Because it's been super off and on. It's like win one, lose one, win one, lose one, lose two, lose. Like it's just, it is what it is. Markets are extremely reactive lately to everything. People are so sensitive. Jeez. And then to the sell side, all you got to do is find that low right there. Place a pending order. Stop loss. Take profit. That's going to be a sell. And we're good to go. We got our orders placed. Everything's fine and dandy. And I'm going to put this over here so that we can focus on this. It's much less noise, nicer for you guys to see. Dude, I seriously just want to sleep. My body's wrecked. I can't maintain my own temperature, so it's like I'm either hot as hell or my hands are freezing. Fantastic. All right. Good morning, Trade and Travel. Cam, glad to have you here. In the last week, has the open of the session changed? So it depends on your time zone. I even had to Google this shit. So like daylight savings time. So I was like daylight savings time in Poland. Daylight savings time in London. Because sometimes, I don't know, like I think it was previously I was working on a strategy that was like in the New York session, but like in Europe we changed time on a different date than in the US, so it was all kinds of ass backwards. I got wrecked that day. It was like a liquidity sweep right before market open, and I already thought the market was open. What's the difference between ECN and standard? You know what? I never really dug into it. I don't know. I genuinely don't even know what ECN stands for. I just know that when I like first signed up for brokers, that's what they were offering me. And then I was able to trade and I was like, whatever. It works. Like I was stoked about it when I started off in the first place, because when you start trading Forex, it's like your first, no, excuse me. If you travel, this is your second entrance into looking at foreign currencies a different way. So when I moved to Poland, I was still exchanging US dollars for Polish currency, right? And so I would go to the currency exchange offices located around the city. There are privately owned businesses. And there's the price that Google tells you, And then there's the price that they tell you. And they always give you like 2 digits, right? So it's like for every $1, you get 3.64 Polish currency. And that's what Google said. And then you get to their office and they're like, we're only going to give you 3.2. And you're like, God, I'm getting worked here. I'm getting hustled. And then when you actually think about that, because now I'm in trading and the decimal point for a single pip goes to the 4th decimal point, right? So if we look here, let me show you this. Can you guys see that? All right, hold on. So right here, I have USD PLN and it's 1.6373. And if they're giving you 3.42, that's literally 2,000 pips. And I'm like, dude, if I could make 2,000 pips on a trade in 5 seconds, that's like unheard of. It's literally highway robbery. When I'm trying to sit here getting like, 50 pips, I'm happy. And I'm making money off of it. So I can't imagine the racket that they're pulling. So yeah, I didn't care what my broker titled the account type. I was just like, sweet, I can trade and the price is the actual price. So when I hear people complain about the spreads of their broker, go fuck off, dude. Go to a Forex exchange office at an airport and tell me what it is. I was literally in Rome a couple weeks ago. Oh my God. Like, it was the difference, the spread between them buying and them selling was like 7,000 pips. And I'm like, dude, they're just robbing people. And of course, it was right next to like a major tourist attraction. But my goodness. Oslo, Norway. Nice. Good morning, everyone. It's Bai. Can you show sell set up again? Yeah, it's just like this, but I've got it like a 1-to-1 right now. So this is essentially what my trades look like. Yeah, if it sweeps this top and comes back in, I'm gonna be an unhappy dude because just looking at it, I mean, maybe it might come up to that area where the take profit is. Like, here's a huge gap, but that's where a lot of this consolidation happened. So that's closed, right? Like, we've hit the bottom twice. And we've hit could be something right here. See the difference between this high right here and then the close of that gap? I don't know, but overall, like, the markets have just been... This was cool. This was a nice trending market, but now it's just doing this fucking whipsawing back and forth. I don't like any of it. Sometimes the markets are just disgusting. They don't look pleasant. Sorry, I don't remember where that was. Do you guys want to see the prices or do you just want to see the chart? God, the latency on the stream is ridiculous. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so our buy order got triggered. See? And hopefully we get a lot of momentum and a lot of volume and everything's happy and we hit our take profit quickly. And then we'll close our sell position and we'll be happy campers. But right now it's basically chilling at entrance price. This is why pending orders are fun, because you don't have to like scramble last minute. It's just you're in when you're in. Real live account. See right there? It says live, French for live. Go to bed. We'll take the trades for you. Cam, if only it were that easy. I'll DM you my account info. Just don't rob me blind, all right? Yes. Apostolos. Yes, I caught a cold. I caught it right in my face and all of my sinus cavities. Isaac, yes, I'm using the broker that I'm using that gives me access to this trading platform. The trading platform where you enter your trades is called a Trade Locker, and the broker that I'm using is called Gates FX. And on here, the charts are almost identical because they use TradingView charts. They just have added their own interface into it, like these side panels as well as the order panel, which you can move. But yeah, it allows you to make market orders or pending orders. Like right now I can click buy and it will buy 0.14 of this asset that I'm trading. Nikki says, good morning. Just joined the TTF course. Pretty excited. Looking forward to be a profitable. Nice, dude. Good for you. First steps are always the most scary, but like, dude, just stick with it. Things always improve. Good morning all the way from South Africa. Nice. Yes, we're in a buy. Yeah, the cool thing, that's why like some brokers, they when they give you a demo account, the prices are way different than what it is on the live account, as well as the contract sizes. What I like about Gates is whatever you do on demo is like the same when you go on live. So there's no discrepancies there, because you should practice on something that is like live market. Yes, you can take partials. So like you'd right click the trade and you'd close 50% or whatever. I'm from India. I like your divergence video. Thanks. Divergences are one of the most asked about topics. They're really hard to understand. But once you understand it, it just like clicks and you're like, why didn't that make sense before? Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Oh, I hate when they're stuck. Oh. I'm in $24,653 on buy. Can I close it now? I don't know if you just got into a trade, but if your trade's that big, I don't understand your question. Are you up that much or are you risking that much? If you're risking that much, that's insane. Croatia. Dude, I've been meaning to go to Croatia. How is the weather in the winter? Like in the touristy areas? Because I kind of need a break from the cold already, even though it just started. MOFX, I will not You're from Canada. I will not be asking you about the weather, but welcome. What are your thoughts on the fee Gates FX charges to withdraw? Dude, everybody's going to ask for fees. Like when you buy anything at a store, they charge a 3% fee to their credit card company charges them a 3% fee to even make the transaction. Like fees are a part of everything. Everybody wants their cut from every which way possible. And then the government wants their big fat cut. I just watched this video recently of a dude. He's like, guess how much a millionaire makes if they live in New York. And they like broke it down. And if your salary is $1 million a year, you take home 522,000. Just the taxes alone on it for like state, city, whatever, federal is half of your income. It's ridiculous. Everybody wants their cut. So the fees are the fees. And if you don't like the fees, find something that has less fees. If you can't find something that has less fees, you just have to swallow the fact that there are fees. Go look at your phone bill. I bet you there's a fee on there that you don't even know what the hell it means. Radio antenna purple Snorlax fee. Do you have a video on your channel about this strategy? Yeah. Reese Plays Life. It's called freaking, can you like trade part-time or something? Hold on. Let me find it. Can't breathe. It's this video right here. Focus, focus. Okay. It says, can you quit? Big bold letters at the top. I think it's like 6 videos ago. It's a 4-minute video. It's like, I explained it at the beginning of the stream. It takes 2 seconds to explain. Dude, Lewis, everybody wants the fees, bro. I don't know if it works on gold. We looked at it a couple of weeks ago on stream. I've been testing it on German 40 and GBP USD. So I don't know. It didn't look too healthy on gold. MoFX, it's raining. I mean, it's better than snow, right? Can you explain your process of how to perfect a new strategy? So whatever strategy you have, you write it down. You have like concrete rules for your strategy, right? And then you demo trade that strategy for like a month or 6 months. And then you go over the data and you figure out, okay, it works better on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and has more losing trades on Monday, Friday. So you remove Monday, Friday trading from your rules, or you put it as an addition to your rules. Don't trade this strategy on Monday, Friday. Or if you're trading and like the first hour is usually when most of the losses happen. So start trading an hour after market open. You have to go over your own data, but you have to have your data, not back tested data, forward tested data on a live account, or not a live. You can do it on a live account. I don't suggest it. Don't do that actually. Do it on a demo account, but do it on the live markets. So like current actual. Don't use statistics from back testing. Horace asks, hey Artie, I've been a number of times on Discord, but I still don't have an answer. How does the time travel feature of the November competition work? So Jay likes board games. He's like a board game creator, so he basically themed it. So let me hold on. Let me look at this message from him because he explained it a little bit. So because it's gamified, right? We're going to be playing a game. So imagine, because it's a 4-week thing, right? It's a month. So like each week is going to be a different event historically in the markets, like the Great Depression or the oil crisis in the 70s and 80s. So like there's going to be twists and fun things that happen during those weeks that are related to that specific time. It's just to add a little bit more fun to it. There's not like a time travel, like where I don't know, I fucked up a trade, so I'm going to time travel back in time and undo that trade. No, it's just a theme where we play specific games or have spinning wheels during that week related to those historical events in the markets in history. So like the 1929 crash, the dot-com bubble, the 2008 crisis, the housing fiasco. All right, so let me just touch base on this trade really quick. We are $57 in profit. What I'd like to do, because preserve your capital is number one for me, I'm going to move my stops to in profit, right? I'm going to move it halfway between that breakout candle. So 274. That means if this trade comes back against me, I made $12 and I can buy myself lunch, maybe some pad thai or some orange chicken. And now I'm good. I'm in a risk-free trade. So if you took the same trade as me, you can also consider doing the same thing. I would prefer you guys preserve capital whenever possible. This take profit area seems good if market wants to go to an area of liquidity. We can also look at volume in this area. Boop, boop. Volume. Okay, we had a spike in volume. And now we don't have a spike in volume. So I think we're good. I think we're good on the breakout. And I think that take profit area of the previous high is a good take profit area if it wants to hunt for liquidity in order to go to the sell side. So overall, everything seems to be a-okay today. Where the fuck am I? Am I on this planet even? Dude, my brain and these lights. So yeah, Horace, hopefully that time travel response answered your question. It's just a feature of a game. It's like a fun twist. You can ignore it completely and just like trade every day and like try to get points. But if you want to interact with the game and like feel like you're playing something, then you can interact with it. Dalmatia or Istria? Dude, I've never even heard of these places. I'm writing them down. Dalmatia. I will Google them. Yeah, Super Mayhem, if you're up that much, you can close. That's a lot of money. Do you still have a prop firm challenge? Yeah, I have. So I had 4, now I have 3 because fucking Japan has, like, I'm going to make a video on this, but I feel like markets aren't based on anything anymore. They're based on people's reaction to news events. Never in history has someone been able to say 5 sentences on Twitter and the market dropped 20%. That's insane. So news came out in Japan. Markets went nuts. I was in a sell and that thing just took off. And because it was a martingale strategy, it just like kept compounding my losses. And I was like, screw this. And so I closed out of all the trades. But it wasn't in time enough. And I went over the daily drawdown on one of them. And then the other ones basically liquidated all profits on those accounts. But I still have the accounts open, which is freaking cool because I didn't lose my shirt. But let me open up MetaTrader and we'll see how these accounts are doing. Yeah, so this one, the main account that I'm focusing on, is at 208. So I think I need 216 to pass. So I'm halfway there again, but it like literally removed all of the profits. I'm going to show you what that looks like because it was in an odd JPY trade. Look at this monstrosity. And I was just like in panic closing all this shit. Because like literally the price just fucking mooned. It went up the amount that the previous year did. Insane. Insane how reactionary the markets are to any type of news now. Which is why I highly suggest everybody stay away from any news events. Like, what was it, the other day? No, last week's live. I was in a sell position. Dude, I can't even remember anymore. Last week's live. Yeah, so for those that watched the live stream today, this is what I said on Telegram. For those that watched the live stream today, on stream, I showed I was in $400 worth of drawdown. So last Wednesday, I didn't enter in a new trade because I was already in a trade from Monday, which was in drawdown $400. And I was waiting for a retracement to come back so that I can get out at break even and not lose money. And on stream, I'm waiting for a pullback to get out closer to break even, expected retracement. I'm glad to announce that I got out at minus $12, which is freaking awesome, because this happened. Some news event, I didn't even look into it, but a 1 minute candle was 120 points on German 40. That's fucking insane. And it happened so fast. By the time I opened up my laptop, like I was in profit on both of those trades that were in drawdown. And when I closed it, one was up 30 and the other one was down 20. So up 20 and down 30. So I got out at $12 minus. But Jiminy Christmas, dude. Ugh. Markets are extremely reactionary right now. And all you have to do is adapt to it. It's not going to go back to how it was. The markets are just the markets. So, Daito, hopefully that answered your question. Sorry. I get long-winded sometimes. What is my win rate? Dude, it's like 46%. I know that's lower than most people like, but it's something that I can do consistently, which is the whole point of trading, is to do something consistently. So if I can make 3 to 5 to 6% profit per month, I'm a happy camper, even with a low win rate. So as you guys can see, this price is wicking down quite hard. Let's look at the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute. It'll probably hit my stop loss, but my stop loss is in profit. So, yay. Whatever happens, happens. I'm just showing you guys an easy way to trade, so that the reason I made this strategy is for people that work full time or can't be on the charts all the time. It's just something that you saw me set up my trades. It took what, 4 minutes? And you can do that and then leave it alone. And then like when you go to the bathroom, you can pop on your phone and like adjust your stop loss to break even, or close the trade early if you're satisfied with the profits. So yeah, that's why I made this. And it's also why I made it for myself, because the more I do work on YouTube, on the education side of it, the trading floor, like everything, and I have my own Pokemon company, and like my time is spread thin everywhere. So I needed something that I can do quickly and easily daily. And that's why I made this. It's not the best, but it's something consistent, and it's got concrete rules. So weather in Kenya is the best. You need to take your secret sauce. Yeah. No, I bet yesterday we were out and about. I was out trying to get some product for Pokemon, and we were in Warsaw, and I had we went to this Italian place, and I had that, like, it's an Italian word, but it's basically just like spaghetti with fucking oil, garlic and chili peppers. Cleared up my sinuses. I asked for like 5 times the normal amount of chili, and like that's what I needed. Some garlic, antibiotics, and the chili to clear up the sinuses, and it was the shit. Good job, Subra. Anas Taha asks, for best risk management setup, what is the best lot size for margin? Like, say, for example, 3K. Goal, which lot size for margin, like 3K, is ideal for risk? I'm going to try to deduce what you were trying to ask. If you have an account with available margin of 3K, you should, and you're trading indices, you should be trading a 0.01. And if you're trading Forex, maybe a 0.10. And your risk per trade on a 3K account should be $30. So that's 1%. So the maximum amount of money that you should lose on a trade is $30. Okay? I never trade news. They up and down like rockets. Dude, no excuses, nation. You are so true, and it is worse than it's ever been. I've been doing this for a while, and I've looked at historical data. Like, if even non-farm payroll, NFP, at the beginning of the month, look back in like 2018, 2016, what happens on that day? Like, it's a little tiny market movement. Now it's like down 30, up 70, and you're like, what are you doing? Pete Badenhorst. Nice. Hi, Artie. Besides the London breakout strat, what's your go-to or most often used trading strategy? Fibonacci retracements on the 1 minute time frame. Fucking killer. I've been making a lot of videos on those recently. So like the last 10 videos, just you'll see 3 of them are on that strategy. What's my take on a cent account? If you live in a country where that's what's available to you, it's also because your currency is relatively non-valuable to the rest of the world. It's no offense or anything, but like rupees and stuff, like that's what you have to deal with. So that's what you have to trade. Again, it's like the fees thing. The fees are the fees. The accounts are the accounts. Do what you can with the resources and tools at your disposal. Does this strat work on NASDAQ? I don't know. I didn't test it, but you can test it. It's super easy. There's just the reason I picked German 40 as my indice of choice for this strategy is because the trade should usually get triggered at London Open if there's high volume for the day, and a European indice is going to move a lot during London session, whereas the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones and all that shit moves a lot during New York session. So fluffy. Dude, if it hit your break even, you didn't lose money, so that's a win for me. What's your take about Centric? Oh, I already read that. Arshit Dogra. I'm assuming I pronounced your name correctly, and it's hilarious in English, if read in English. Hey, Artie, how do you make strategies? I look for patterns in the markets, and then I test those patterns over a long period of time, and I deduce whether that's a good way to trade or not. Yeah, Yana Trade says, aglio olio. That's what I ordered, and it was extra spicy. And I think I want to find a place or make it at home today, because that shit is good. Please give the video title for this strategy in chat so I can see it later. Yeah. Tia, hold on. Tia, I'm adding it to chat right now. That is the title of the video. Can you replace your income by day trading part-time? Fibonacci says news events are great to pass prop accounts, apex within 10 seconds. So the issue is many prop firms allow you to trade news while you're on your challenge account. But once the live account is given to you, they restrict you from trading news events. Like, you can't do it. "15-minute orb is a pile of shit." Brickoff FX asked that question. I think it's shit. I think there are better ways to utilize that breakout. But the way that it's taught online, from what I understand, is very bad. All right, so my position closed just now. It just got stopped out right here, but the stop out was in profit. So if I go to my closed positions, you can see I made $13.66. Yay. Preserving capital, like, okay, the reason I moved it to break even or in profit, right? So if I'm expecting a momentum move up, I want the momentum to keep going up. If it loses momentum and goes against me, I might be in a ton of drawdown, which I don't want to be in. I'd rather just like be in profit right away and stay in profit the whole time, and then move my stop to in profit so that if the trade goes against me, I made profit. XNIPFX says you hardly trade gold. Why? Because when I started trading gold and I lost a ton of money. And so I just don't trade it anymore. It's the same reason why, like, if you go to, I don't know, Taco Bell and you order your favorite things and then you get food poisoning and you're throwing up and sitting on the toilet for the next 3 days, you're more than likely never going to go to Taco Bell again. It becomes on your no-fly list. So that's why I don't trade gold, because it's on my no-fly list. Same with anything that is currency base CHF, the Swiss franc. Fuck that thing. Anas Taha, I appreciate your educational videos and help. You're welcome. I appreciate you watching them and trying to better yourself. I've made a ton of videos on trading psychology. You just have to go back. They're usually my Focus Friday videos. They don't perform very well on YouTube. And so I kind of slowed down making them, but they are all very valuable. I think there's a playlist of my Focus Friday videos. DJ Dan Holloway. I am using a breakout strategy of the overnight session. Basically, I measure the overnight session and the if it breaks out of the top of that range, so from 10 p.m. New York time, or when the market closes in New York, 10 p.m., to when London session opens 9 a.m. in London, that's the overnight range. And so I just draw a box around that shit. And if it breaks to the upside, I buy. And if it breaks to the downside, I sell. Jana Trades. I found out something because of your backtesting video. London open on DE40, always short position. Really? Really? I'm going to have to look into that. Add it to my list of shit to look up when I'm done. And I've taken a nap. Brickoff, that's good for you, man. But the way that orb is taught online is so subjective that a majority of people don't understand it, and it's inconsistent. Like when I was testing it, it was more than 70% losers. You can set the trade and leave it. It's profitable. Okay. I'll look into it. I swear, No Excuses Nation says, I swear once I left gold 4 months ago, trading's been so much better. Dude, gold is a fucker. It is a really big effer. I'm glad somebody else has the same experience. And I'm glad your life is better since you've stopped trading it. It's like, I stopped doing heroin and 6 months later, my life's back on track. No way. How much time does it take to be a profitable trader? It's like, how long does it take to learn to ride your bike? You learn when you learn. Unfortunately, that's how it is. For some people, it clicks very quickly. What I've encountered in my life is like people that I've privately taught, the people that have been engineers as their like career, they're so systematic and methodical with everything that it just makes sense for them. And they learn faster because they don't break rules. They just stay with it. Ashwin, this strategy right here might be good enough to pass a prop account. Me, probably like 18 months, almost 2 years, Kevin. I mean, I thought I was profitable and I dumped 10K into an account. I lost it in a week. Thanks, Saeed. I appreciate you. All right, I'll be right back. I got to inject my body with some medication. So in America, you guys have this thing called Theraflu. We have the equivalent. You're supposed to like mix it with hot water and drink it like a tea. But I don't have time for that shit. Keep working, even when you're sick. Don't be a baby. Some decongestant. Good to go. Being sick's for losers. Strategy matters, but psychology matters also, because your psychology can fuck up your strategy. You break the rules based on how your emotions are. So if you could just like put your emotions in a jar and close it real tight and just trade the strategy with the rules. Roland, South Austria. I want to, Austria's like my celebrity crush. I want to go to Austria so bad and just bike everywhere. I want to go to every single downhill bike park in Austria. If you have any recommendations, Roland, please let me know. I've got a couple on my list already. Pete, I like GBP USD on the fib strat. Jana, same, dude. What was it? 3 weeks ago I was sick on stream, and now I'm sick again. Ali, glad to have you here. First time viewer of the lives. Umesh, we were in a long position and we got stopped out at $12 in profit. Immediately saw the momentum up, moved my take profit or my stop loss to in profit, and it closed at plus $12. Sure says, today I passed my first phase 25K challenge with Funded Next. It's my first time ever blown more than 20. Dude, that's amazing. Whatever you did to pass it, just keep doing it without any emotions. Very, like, congratulations. Good for you. The first one is always the most exciting, but don't let it get to your head. Just keep doing what you're doing. Rudolph. See, and that's the thing. Rudolph says he got knocked out of the DE30 trade and lost. Go back outside and work. Go outside and work in the greenhouse. That's why the stop loss is either 50 or 80% of the range or 100% of the range, because it could just come back in and then break out again like it just did. But that's also like when the breakout happens, it's usually a good idea to just move to break even instead of taking a loss. So like technically your stop loss was too tight. That's why it's always better to preserve your capital, man. Like if you can walk out of a trade with no money lost or just a little bit of money, it's still lunch for the day, man. Midhoon says, I'm following a strategy of trend break and retap on a trend line with a fair value gap, but it almost sucks. If it sucks, if your back testing was good and your forward testing sucks, do it for a little bit longer just to see that you have the proof and results and statistics, and then determine whether it's actually bad and you should try something else. No, I'm done trading for the day. I need to go to sleep or something. Actually, I need to clean my garage out. I had to clean my garage out and put all of this shit in like one of those mobile trailers. I cleaned it all out and I put new shelves and organizers in there, and now I need to empty the trailer and put it back in there because they're picking up the trailer this week. But I have no urge to go outside in the freezing cold and rain. Hidden bullish divergence, you say? Oh, yeah. So what he's talking about is this, right? So we have this itty bitty trend line. I'm going to get rid of these positions because I'm already, actually, whatever. Itty bitty trend line, right? So we have a low, a higher low, a higher low, and a higher low. But if you look at the RSI, we have a low, a higher low, higher low, same low, and a lower low. That is a hidden bullish divergence. So if you're trading hidden bullish divergences, your trade should look, this trade, I'm going to put it here and close it out, and we hit take profit here. Okay, so that's the trade. It's itsy bitsy, but if you're trading hidden bullish divergences, your trade should look like this. Itty bitty tiny movement. Risky. I'm not trading it. But if you're trading the hidden divergence, that's what you should do. Stop loss below the swing low. Take profit at the previous swing high, assuming that a double top would form. So I'm going to mark this up so that people can have a visual reference if they're just joining. Boop. And I'm going to write up moved stop to in profit, made 12 whole dollars, doll hairs. Sometimes the congestion gets so bad in my cheeks and forehead that I get like this ache on the top of my fucking 5 head. When do I spot manipulation? When I see shit like this. Let me show you. This. This wick, this is on a 5-minute chart, right? This one wick was 135 points. Just the wick. No, but a good rule of thumb. Check this out. Let's go to volume. This is the standard volume indicator that TradingView provides for you. Put a moving average on the volume. Anything above the moving average is a spike in volume, right? So like if volume stays flat, if the moving average is the moving average and volume is relatively staying in and around it, that's normal, okay? Now, when price is being manipulated, you will see an aggressive move, a very aggressive move, but the volume will stay relatively tight to the moving average on the volume. I'm trying to find an example for you. We're looking for spikes. It doesn't really happen that much here. Let's check NAS. Jesus, dude, the volume is insane. So I don't like trading NAS. Dude, the American markets and the volume that goes into it is insane. That's the opposite of what I'm talking about. Price literally didn't move, but look at the volume spike. There's always a discrepancy. Like when price is being manipulated, there's a discrepancy in what volume is saying and what the market is actually doing. It's not a good strategy to trade though every day because it's like it happens so not often. Jana Trades says, I just saw your trading and life story. It was very emotional. I cried a bit. I have 2 sons. Thanks for sharing. You helped so many people. Thanks. Yeah. So it's funny that you say that. That story is hard to tell, and I don't speak it that often. So I figured if I did, I might as well record it because I don't want to keep repeating myself. But my wife, she is anti-watching my videos, 100%. That one, she watched all the way through. And she like finished watching and gave me a hug. So it's a bit of a tearjerker for sure. Everybody's life's hard, dude. Everybody has their own trials and tribulations that they need to go through. Our scars and our damage that's happened in our lives make us who we are. You should embrace every negative aspect. Because in the future, when you look back at it in retrospect, you're going to be like, dude, that's the reason I am how I am. You can use Happy Trail if you want. I bet there was a Happy Trail signal here. Yeah, look at that. Happy Trail, boom, buy. Happy Trail, boom, buy. Both are still profitable. Happy Trail's great when when markets are trending. The tool that I use to measure the wick is the price and date range. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th icon down. If you click it, the pop-out menu will be here, and it's all the way at the bottom. I just put a star next to it, so it's always on my toolbar. The sell limit did not trigger. That's all the way down here at 24,153. But usually, like, I'll close the trade after like 1 or 2 hours, the pending ones, because the volume is not there. So if it gets triggered, it gets triggered during New York session, and it could be just a liquidity sweep. So they usually don't play out. I draw that box on the 5-minute time frame. It's approximately 81 candles. Hell Saint says you're the reason why I'm trading. I bought your course last year and learned for 3 months. That's amazing, dude. I'm glad you're taking the progressive steps to make a difference in your life. The grind is hard, but the results are always worth it. I go live every Wednesday at about 8:45 London time, or GMT +2. No, sorry, I'm +1 now. GMT +1, right? Yeah. I'm not. I used to be in GMT +2, but daylight savings time. All right, guys. I appreciate. I appreciate you all showing up to this live stream. Thank you for trading with me. Hopefully, some of you made some money. If you lost money, that sucks. Try again tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you all a lot. Roy, yes. If you scroll back in the live stream, you'll see that I moved my stop loss to in profit, and it got closed out at +$12. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you. Corolla Moon, fan of the day. I think I got everybody's questions. Jana Trades, thanks for joining. See you all, guys. See you guys all next week. If you want to watch the replay of this live, it's only available to people on the trading floor. If you want to see these lives live, you got to see them on the YouTube channel. If you want the replays, trdfloor.com. Tools, buy-sell indicators, resources, education, almost daily trade ideas so that you can, start entering and trading the live markets, and these live replays along with live streams. I think we have 5 live streamers right now, all trading live on the markets. I'm exhausted. I think I'm going to take a nap. Bye, guys. Have a good one.